Okay, says we are live. Happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th, specifically. I had the thumbnail for today's show had a big arched bridge. And it sort of made me think of that superstition, those folk tales where you had trolls under the bridge, and so then I started thinking about all the other superstitions. And sort of trying to pinpoint analyzing which superstitions I had actually written into my stories. And I don't know that I have any that I consciously put in. So I'm going to have to do sort of like some editing passes to make sure that I don't accidentally use one sort of unconsciously, but also make sure that I am putting in some that are appropriate for the world building. So that's kind of like one of the things is that because people are always superstitious. People have always created superstitions, no matter which culture it is. And so, so making sure that your stories do have superstition makes the world feel more realistic. In some ways, I don't know. My brain has not really fully awakened. I'm not fully energized. I am. I feel like I'm kind of dragging today. So yesterday the power went out for a couple of hours. So we had the camp stove going for dinner. We had tomato soup. And we tossed some like crackers and things in there. And so we had dinner. We had enough heat and blankets and stuff. It was not a big deal. I did have to go outside though, because the wind knocked over our trash can, because today is our trash day, or trash pickup day. And so I looked out when it's still a little bit of light left in the day. I looked out and the trash can had been knocked over into the ditch, and all of the trash bags were sitting in our the runoff area for where the water was supposed to carry on downhill. So I was like, oh no! So I had to get the raincoat and go out. And the ground was very squishy, and I felt like I was gonna like slip and fall into the ditch, the retaining ditch, runoff ditch, whatever. It's the water channel. But I didn't, yay, but my shoes got very muddy. And I happened to just put on some sneakers that were mesh. So I got wet socks and shoes. I did manage to get all the bags back into the can. We left the can on the concrete rather than on the soggy ground. I think the soggy ground being attributed to its falling over because it could like slide back down into the ditch area. So we just left it on the concrete, and it did not get knocked over that I know of. So hooray. But yeah, so my shoes are still, I'm going to have to clean them, get all the mud off, but it was very squishy yesterday. So I was trying to think of any sort of like superstitions besides like opening umbrellas in the house that were related to rain. And the whole like rain while it's still sunshine. I don't know that that's necessarily a superstition as much as it is more of like an idiom. So I don't think that something like that would necessarily be like qualify as a superstition for my stories. But yeah, so I was just trying to think of like, because I don't know that I could pick a critter to sort of like the black cat superstitions if the black cat crosses your path. But then even in different cultures, that critter changes, because sometimes it's an owl, sometimes it's something else. So it's like, which critter do you classify as as superstitious, and then is that superstitious creature on the side of your main character, or is it on the side of the antagonists? So it's like you have choices to make with your superstitions. And then whenever I say superstitious or superstition, I have two things that pop into my brain. One is the "don't be suspicious" meme, and then the other is Elvis Presley's "Suspicious Minds." So you're welcome if either one of those is now running around in your head. Superstition, shoes on the table. Interesting. There's another one related to shoes that I don't know is I've heard it that like guys shouldn't buy girls. This is the superstition. Guys shouldn't buy girls or their significant other shoes, because then she would run away with those new shoes to a new man. I don't know if that's necessarily like the same like level of superstition. But yeah, superstitions are usually related to like life and death situations, or for like those are the ones that make it through into stories that we still have. But like verbally, we have a lot more superstitions, I think, than we do have written down, which is just how superstitions go. But anyway, yeah. So superstition is your theme for today. If you need a prompt for a flash fiction or or whatever it is you're going to be journaling on today or writing an essay on today, superstition is today's topic, apparently, because that is what is on my brain. Stacy, good afternoon. Hello. Charlie, hey, welcome. How are you? And Cool Gamer says, hey, hello. CB says, I didn't go anywhere today, just in case. Is this just in case for your carpet hopefully getting down? Hopefully. Megan says, good morning. You've been writing down all of your favorite books and movies and analyzing what makes them similar to each other. Ooh, turns out you're a sucker for love. Not necessarily romance, but like love and deep relationships. Yes. Yeah, sounds like a crazy exciting minute. It was fun. We definitely have taper candles. So they're nice for sort of like lighting up a room without being too obnoxious, I guess. Charlie says, for your Dragons of Night series, you work certain superstitions in and explain them with magic and give them new superstitions like their fear of the giants, which motivates some of their odd choices. Nice. You think that, yeah, there's multiple things, but yes, drainage ditch. Struggling to find the words today, apparently. The library around the corner reopens on Monday. That's exciting. You dropped your oldest off at a friend's house. It's her first play date since COVID. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. Superstitions, yes. Your Lycan do not speak of their dead for fear that the souls will be brought back around to cause mischief because they were taken from the fields. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So this would be going farther than like we don't speak ill of the dead to just like we don't speak of the dead at all. Interesting. Becca, hello. Yay. You're actually here on time. Welcome. How is the West Coast? Are you inundated with rain? Are things okay? Because you're in LA now, right? That's what I'm thinking. My brain, yes. So how is hopefully nothing is flooding where you are, but yeah. Rosalind, hello. Cats, because you're allergic, they are adorable though. Yes, we like kittens. Paget says, hey all, hello, welcome. Yes, opening umbrellas inside, yes. Although I'm not entirely, I think this is like for me, this has always been more of like a pragmatic thing than a superstitious thing. Because if you don't open umbrellas inside, because there might still be like moisture on it, or you might like knock something precious over. So I've always like sort of understood this as being more of a pragmatic thing. And I never really understood the sort of like superstitious, supernatural aspect of it. So maybe I should look into that a little bit more. But yeah, I've always thought of this one as being just more pragmatic than anything else. CB says same thing for like walking under a ladder, like because you don't want somebody to drop something on your head, or you don't want to accidentally knock the ladder over, and potentially put the person who's on top of the ladder or using the ladder in danger. So like these two in particular, I've always viewed as more pragmatic advice bits rather than just supernatural things happening. CB says, my mother used to clean my dance shoes on the floor for that reason. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Stacey says, would the way to a man's heart is through his stomach count? I don't know. So I don't know that would count as superstition. Like what is the definition of superstition? Excessively credulous belief in and reverence for supernatural beings. Okay, that's not how we use that. A widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation leading to a certain consequence of an action or event or a practice based on such a belief. Interesting. Okay. So widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation leading to an event or practice based on that unjustified belief in a supernatural causation. Interesting. Okay. CB needs to figure out what's for dinner. Superstitions start as an anecdote that gets extrapolated out to generalized rule. This black cat crossed the road, then Bob got sick. Black cat's crossing your path of bad luck. Right. Yes. Superstition, don't put your purse on the floor because supposedly it means that all your money will go away. It's resting on a notebook that's on the floor. Does that count? Just in case anything should happen. Right. Yes. Yes. Oh, you didn't go anywhere because it's, yes. Okay. Gotcha. Carpet is supposed to come down next Thursday. You'll believe it when you see it. Gotcha. Yes. 'Tis Friday the 13th, which is why we're talking about superstitions. Charlie says, you're doing good. Life has gotten very busy this year already. You will not be streaming again other than Thursdays on Twitch because of life. Gotcha. Okay. So we should find you on Twitch Thursdays. Gotcha. CB says, I think you did it subconsciously. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, Stacy says it just started snowing, but you're not happy because you have to leave in an hour. Oh no. Megan misses living in the LA area. I'm sure there's lots of exciting things that happen there. I have never been to LA, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen people vlog around LA, and that's about my exposure to it. Charlie says, on the bright side, you're loving this Remarkable 2 tablet. You have written 9 to 12 pages every day. Wow, since you got it. That's amazing. It reads your handwriting so well. That's awesome. I'm going to have to write that down on my recommendations page. But for right now, I'm going to write it down on sticky so I remember to do it. Because that would be amazing. Stacy says, I know that there is a tradition that back when viewings took place at home before the Spanish flu pandemic, that family members would put cloths over mirrors. You forget the superstitious reason. I think it was in part for like you shouldn't be taking too much care and time into like what you look like because you're supposed to be putting your attention on the person who passed away. I think But I think there is a superstitious element to that, because there were, I think at that point, people who still thought that mirrors and cameras captured souls, or like mirrors were kind of like a gateway to the other side situation. Something like that. I'm not real sure. Becca, but there are definitely lots of superstitions about mirrors for sure. Becca says it's been raining a lot, but you're still testing positive for COVID and have symptoms, so you haven't left the apartment. Gotcha. There are fewer corrections than when you have to type on your laptop. Oh, in that case, definitely enjoy the tablet for sure. Jen Writes Romance says, hi, everyone. Hello. Welcome. CB says, next week is going to be chaos because knitting group, which is Tuesday, the writing group, which is Wednesday, and carpet, which is Thursday. You do have a busy week next week. Jenna the Soul Writer says, peeks out from the blanket fort and waves. Nice. Stacy says, the tablet sounds very interesting, right? Yes. Blackheads are adorable, and they do, but they also, I have heard from shelter people that the person who wants specifically a black cat has to be vetted a little bit more closely, because people do horrible things. We'll just leave it at that. Stacy says, superstition, picking up a penny face down is bad luck. Picking up penny face up is good luck. You learned that one from Babysitter's Club as well. Never pick up a tail penny. Interesting. I don't think I ever learned that one. Maybe it was just like, see a penny, pick it up. Good luck. That was always sort of like, so I guess we got a shortened version of the Babysitter's Club version. Charlie says to Stacy, I'm astounded by how well it works and how much you want to write with it. You've already written 3 pages today. It's magic. Amazing. CB has never been to LA yet either. Bonnie says, hello. Megan says, speaking of pennies, someone in my apartment complex keeps dropping change from their balcony, and you've picked up every penny and nickel they've dropped that you have encountered. Hooray for free money. I mean, really, you could, if you catch them doing it, be like, hey, I take quarters too. Dimes and quarters are okay too. But that's odd. Like, is there a fountain that they're trying to drop it into? Or are they just like tossing, maybe it's a cat or a baby who's like knocking things off. I don't know. The thoughts of a mirror world are chilling. There's something about this phrase that I like that would be okay. So as a title for a book or a story, mirror world or thoughts of a mirror world. The thoughts of a mirror world would be amazing as like a poetry anthology or poetry collection. That would be a fantastic title for a poetry collection. Thoughts of a mirror world. That would be amazing. I don't know why I just, there's something about like picking out titles and being like, that's a great title, or like, oh, I like that. I can like envision that on a spine or that on a cover. But Thoughts of a Mirror World will be a really cool title, I think. Could just be me though. If you see a penny, if you see a tails up penny, flip it over to heads for the next person. You could, for sure. Stacy says to Jenna, that sounds like a very interesting flash fiction or short story and would be very interesting to write in second POV. Ooh, it would be interesting to play with second person. Ooh, fun. But Jenna goes, shudder. No, thank you. Julie, hello. Didn't get your notification. The internet is being strange. Gotcha. You're going to reset your modem and then hopefully hop back in. All right. Fingers crossed that you can get back in. Stacy says my niece wouldn't let her mom pick up a penny that was face down in their driveway. So when you were there, you flipped it over for her the next day. Nice. Diane says, afternoon all. Hello. And CB is remembering about dinner. Megan says, nope, your theory is that they're just dropping it because they get a kick out of watching people pick it up. But there's just bushes near where the apartment is located. Okay, so no fountain. Interesting. That is odd. The next AuthorTube poetry anthology. I mean, that's a great title for that. Z? You think it would be really cool to tell the story of someone from the inanimate object of a mirror. You think a portrait would be more creepy. Where's Laura when you need her? Jenna says, your Disney nerd brain goes, huh. So is that? So that's what it would be like to be the Queen's mirror. Is it? I feel like there might be a short story that I've read somewhere that is from the mirror's perspective. What was that? It was at least a chapter, if not like a short. What was that? I think it might have been in Mercedes Lackey's 100 Kingdoms universe. Which story it was in, I don't remember. I don't think it was the first one because that was like a Cinderella fairy godmother situation. It might have been this. I don't think it was the Snow Queen one either. Which one would it? I don't know. It might have been in the Mercedes Lackey 100 Kingdoms stories. That's all that's probably the most likely place is what my brain tells me. But I'm not entirely sure. Stacy says, to add to that, like the mirror telling of a first date between a teen boy who lived there and his crush. So cute. Could be a very cute story. Yes. Like that would be a very cool idea too. Yes. Okay. So there you go. Your prompts for the day are either superstition or writing a story from the point of view of a mirror. One of the two. Enjoy whichever one you pick. The Queen's Mirror idea also sounds like the vehicle set up for the movie The 10th Kingdom. Yeah, that could work. Did they change the font on here? I'm losing my brain. That's what's happening. I'm losing my brain. Okay. Let's do cards. I pulled from right to left. So I pulled the spirit animal card first, and we got the koi. Koi fish. There is always enough. So here's our koi. The koi fish, who grows big within a small pond, reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that the prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of our temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance that you need. The message of the koi is to begin to generate wealth within with a deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and to appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if, at the moment, it feels like riches are not yours, they soon will be. Starting to envision that plenty that the Spirit wants you to experience, knowing the moment that you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate creation, the Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are, for the koi fish wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that the outer conditions are changing to reflect the truth. So there's that assurance that things are going to be okay, but also that reminder of focusing on our inner selves and being able to reflect what we want in ourselves. So interestingly, the second card I pulled was from the Shadowscapes deck, and it's the Magician, which the Magician is a card of like full potential, can utilize all of the elements. However, it was in the inverse position, the upside down. So it's kind of that, it's the warning against like becoming arrogant for having potential. Like just because you have the potential doesn't mean others won't as well. Like you don't have to do it all. You're not the only one that is capable of doing something. So if you have put too much on your plate, perhaps now is the time to learn to delegate. So it's in the inverse, it's a warning against conceit, against sort of like that shallowness. But it's also like, don't forget to actually like dive deep into yourself, into the knowledge that you are wishing to gain, so that it's not just surface level. So here's the Magician in the Shadowscapes. Where's my little half sheet? There it is. So there is always enough. Remember to generate that wealth and the possibilities from within, but remember that you shouldn't become conceited or arrogant just because you can. And also, just because you can doesn't mean you have to be the only one to work on something. It's okay to delegate. It's okay to let things go. And then for the third card from the Lucid Dreams, we pulled the Three of Swords, which it was in the upright position. So heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, trauma, hurt, loss, depression, and sort of like that feeling of brokenness. So we can save ourselves a whole lot of pain if we remember not to become arrogant, and also to remember that we can let things go. We can let other people help us. We don't have to do it all ourselves just because we can. I think that's the main message that's coming to mind for me, is like, just because we can doesn't mean we have to do it all. Like, we can let other people help us. So yeah. So those are our cards for today. That there is always enough. That reminder of prosperity can be found within us, but also just because we can do everything doesn't mean we should. We should save ourselves some heartbreak. And I'm very, very out of focus now, but there we go. Okay. Super relevant to a post that you have set up for next week on Substack. You wrote it yesterday. Excellent. Good. I'm so glad it's resonating. Loving this vibe and wisdom. Yay. But you feel called out. Jen feels called out, and so does Rosalind. Yes. Laura, well, hello, everyone. Hello, Laura. We were just talking about superstitions, and also the idea of mirrors. And where is it? Let me put it back on screen. The thoughts of a mirror world are chilling. So we were then talking about mirror worlds, and what it would be like to write the story from a point of view of the mirror, or perhaps a portrait. And so we're like, where's Laura when you need her? And here you are. CB says, I let others help me and they often let you down. Well, I don't think you should give up on asking others for help when you need it. So we summoned her. Yes. Stacey says, Laura, you need to read the chat above. Yes. Laura just finished reading the original run of Tokyo Ghoul. Ooh, nice. Yes. Good story. Lots of torture, lost limbs, insanity, and humans being eaten, etc. Yes. Yes, yes. Charlie says, hey. And Laura says, I'll rewind. Excellent. Good, good. Okay. I feel like the font for this is not as small as it normally is. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. We need a timer. I also need to sneeze. So hopefully I can get this done before I need to sneeze. Nope. Nope. All right, since we were talking about superstitions, we're going to start with our black cat friend. Because why not? All right, Megan, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to be working on several different documents as well as my planners today. So I'm going to be kind of floating around. Hopefully I will have some good numbers to report to you at the end, but we will see. All right, so 1, save your document, especially if you have already been working this morning. Yay, save all my progress. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with and go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. Black cat timer for Friday the 13th in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, y'all. I have attempted. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I don't know. We'll see. Did a couple things. Wrote a couple words in. Ooh, why is that sticky? You shouldn't be sticky. Wrote a couple words in the document, not very many. And then worked in the planner for a few minutes, and then decided that like there are titles of things that I like look up frequently, like multiple times a year. And so I decided I was going to start keeping track of those. That way I can just like look at my list. So I decided to make it cute in my bullet journal. So that was what I was doing. I'm also contemplating how to frame something in my story, because talking about the superstitions is making me realize one of the critters in my world is probably perfect for being the scapegoat of a superstition. And in fact, they have some sort of like legends based around this character or this type of creature. But I'm trying to figure out how it would have started and exactly what the superstition would be at this point in the timeline. So I'm trying to clarify that in my brain before I write it out. But I have managed to do a very cute little flip up spread for this list that I'm going to be keeping, because I've got a place, several places, and several sticky notes. But I also realized that this little cutter that I got for like $7 or so, the groove that is for the blade to come down is also good for embossing or creating that bend with like a pointy object that's not going to cut it. So that's what I used to create the little flap that I would be gluing down. I'm also, okay, so I don't know. I keep thinking of like the what ifs, and my brain is creating like 3 different scenarios for this particular stereotype. So I may just have to like pick one and write with it for a while in like a little short, I don't know, short entry of some sort, and then try the other ones in like the same sort of like short length. I don't know. Y'all know that I'm terrible at short length. I just want to add on to it forever and ever and ever. Always add. Okay, so Megan said, bless you, when I sneezed at the beginning of the sprint. Another thing you're superstitious about is sneezes. If I don't get a bless you when I sneeze, I'll say it to myself so nothing bad happens, right? And I think that springs out of the idea that people used to have, that when you sneezed, part of your soul like tried to escape. And so the bless you was to like call your soul back or something. Your Spanish teacher taught you a Spanish version of saying bless you that gets more serious the more sneezes you have. Oh, okay. See, yeah, in that case, my mother needs that, because she always sneezes a minimum of 3 times. Usually more like 4 or 5. Whereas I usually just get one unless I'm in sunlight, unless I like walk out into bright sunlight, then I have two, always, guaranteed. So I don't know. It's like my dad only sneezes once, no matter what. My mom sneezes what seems like forever. And then I just have like two when I walk out into sunlight. That's my number, two. Um, so Jen says, always say bless you in French. Oh, interesting. Laura says, if I don't say it English, it's usually in German. Right. This is, yeah, Gesundheit. I think, I mean, it's probably like the Americanized version of how to say it, but yeah. That's definitely, yeah. I usually, it's either in English, bless you, or Gesundheit. Yeah. I'm on Laura's page there. CB says, I only know how to say it in English. I do, however, remember learning the whole bless you thing, Catholic school, and then much later with The Simpsons. Gotcha. CB got 384 words. Waiting for your shopping. Excellent. Charlie finished writing, yay, and started editing the preface for your first Faith and Spirituality book, Creation's Paths, a guide for solitary practitioners. Yay! I'm so excited. CB says, I did a smallish Amazon fresh shop because no groceries, and you don't want to go to the grocery store because you hate going to the grocery store in person. Gotcha. You do it online. If you do it online, you have control. Gotcha. Jen wants to know how are their prices compared to, yeah, because that's the one thing my mom loves to shop around for the bargains. Like she goes specifically on Publix to certain days because that's when they're like buy one get one deals are going on. And then she goes to Aldi for other things because their prices are normally cheaper on certain items. And then she goes to Kroger very rarely, but occasionally. I'm usually the one that does the Kroger runs. And then she goes to Walmart for certain things when they're on sale. So she's a bargain hunter. She loves the bargains. She's got the coupons. She's got the buy one, get ones or the half off or the whatevers. So Becca says, you managed to clean your kitchen on the sprint. Yay, but plan to write the next one. Hey, clean kitchen is nice. CB says, I don't think they're too bad price-wise, but then you're no mathematician, so you don't know for sure. A 1 hour slot in the UK is $6.99 and a 2 hour slot is $3.99. So would that be would that be the time that it takes them to do the shopping? Or is it like the like time in which you have to pick it up? Is that what the difference is? Jen says, I have considered it in the past, but never dug into the prices too much. Gotcha. Oh, in terms of Amazon Fresh? I don't know. Don't know. Stacy says, I watched a video and you were able to close a tab. Yay! Your mom does the same thing with sneezes? Yes. Yes, the multiple sneezes. Your gran used to sneeze several times in a row. Yes. You say bless you for the first couple of times, then you're like, then you wait for it to be done, and then you just say a big bless you, right? Yes. You're like mom's minimum 3 sneezes, normally more. Yes. No, she does not. Mom uses ads, so she'll go through and she'll circle because what she'll do is she'll either get like this week's ad or like the preview for the next week, and then she'll circle what she wants, and then she'll compare the prices at the different stores. She'll go online to like the Publix app, which by the way she hates because she feels like it's hard to like load what she wants on there. So she'll go on the Publix app. She refuses to deal with the Kroger app. Aldi does not have an app. So it's like she prefers physical coupons or flyers to look through to make her list. So yeah. Look through it I will have to ask her about the Flip app because I have not seen her use that. So just for the delivery. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Heather, hello. Hello. Welcome. Okay. I think we are ready for the next sprint. So should we do, since we are on Friday the 13th, should we do all spooky timers today, or what are we feeling? Because we have the 30-minute ghost dog. Or we have yeah, let's do spooky timers. Okay. All right, let's do that. We'll do ghost dog next for our 30-minute sprint. Oh, they've changed the order of things. That's why. Okay, so StreamYard has changed the order of things when you click the share tab. Good to know. No wonder that felt odd. Okay. So CB and Charlie are very excited about all spooky timers today. Yes, yes. Okay. Actually, before number 1. Don't forget the second sprint is the self-promo sprint, so make sure you do your self-promo during this second sprint, which means if you have an Amazon author page, if you have a book coming out, if you have a website or blog, if you have social medias, if you have an Etsy store, if you have a YouTube, if you have a Twitch, if you have a Etsy, any of those things that are writing adjacent, please do let us know about them. And yeah. Okay, now to number 1. Save your document. 2, take a sip of your drink. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go with 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Don't forget to do your self promo in the chat. I gotta be honest, I am dawdling today. Or at least that's Brent. Hopefully not all of today. But I am definitely dawdling. I am currently making more tabs for my bullet journal. Because I have decided that I like having tabs. So I'm just making them out of pages that I didn't use in last year's bullet journal because they're the same size and make. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is I am making tabbies. So at the moment I'm cutting the little. I've sketched out on the dot paper the right size, and now I am cutting them. So, hooray! Which means I will have lots of little scrap things all over. But that's okay, I guess. As long as I don't cut the wrong size, then we're good. Which, since I'm trying to do this the most efficient way, means I have to turn it over, which means I'm more likely to cut the wrong one. But I'm doing okay for right now. If you see me make it like a horrified face later, you'll know I cut it wrong. But anyway, so what I'm doing is essentially I'm cutting out the template so that I can make this sort of like butterfly shape that then I can close. Because I bought this set of like month tabs from Hobby Lobby. And they're cute, but they're not the color scheme that I want for this year. So this one says January in gold foil. There we go. So you open them up, and they have little adhesive strips to pull off. So then you can put them in. So these aren't dated. They're just months. So they're cute, but not the right color scheme. So I am saving these for who knows what. For some other notebook that I will be using at some point that is more black, white, and gold centered. But since I am in sort of like, this whole year's theme is sort of like river, mountain theme, mainly river. The black and white doesn't necessarily go with what I want. So we are making our own because we can. That is what I'm doing. I am doing nonsense today. That's what I'm doing. I am not, my brain is not on the writing. Oh, good Lord. Y'all were super chatty. Okay, let me see if I can go through and find the, self-promos. So my self-promo is I have links in the description for my tarot journals, which I still have not managed to get the A+ content on Amazon. So there are no pictures of the insides. So that is still coming. I just don't know how long it's going to take. But anyway, here's CB's self-promo. You have 16 fanfics on your archive of our own account under the name PepperoniFan1982. You have pulled Stark for President. It's undergoing major rewrites. All right. Jen Writes Romance has a YouTube channel, and in that bio and about section, there is all of the Linktree links, and you can be found there, and you stream on Sunday evenings. Excellent. Heather says, I offer a range of editorial services from line editing to sensitivity reading. If you get in touch with me by the end of the month, you can get on my short project list for February and March. You can contact Heather via the Linktree, Heather Dewey Patet, on pretty much all social medias. Stacy is headed out. See us next week. Excellent. Shadow's Lair, hello. Playing Fell Seal for a bit, and then you will write. Fell Seal. I don't think I've heard this. Heard about this game. I will have to look it up later. It's a snowy day where you are. Excellent. There is no snow here in Georgia. At least not where I am. There might be some in the mountains. Ashley says, hey, I'm here for about 45. Excellent. Heather says, in other news, I will be running sprints for heart breathing starting next Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. Here is next Tuesday's stream. That's exciting. Yay. Paget says to Megan, I would also absolutely pick up that change and drop it right in your change face. Yes, talking about the neighbors from upstairs just dropping coins to watch people pick them up. All right, thanks. Want to send some rare ones down for me so I can sell those too? Right? Yes, boom. Thank you, upstairs weirdos. Right? Laura says, my setting up of my Filling the Creative Well journal. Ooh, nice. I would definitely be sure to go watch this. Filling the Creative Well journal. Yes. Heather says, the conference you're going to be hosting 2 panels. Most of the panelists are author tubers as well, and we all know and love. It's called the Neurodivergent Publishing Conference, and there's a link to it in Heather's Linktree. Excellent. Laura says this journal may last you 2 months at the rate that you're going. You're reading and watching so much that it keeps filling. It's a nice problem to have. Yes. Already halfway full, and it's still January. Love it. Megan says to Laura, it's good to see you filling that creative well. I can't wait to see what kind of work it leads you to in the future. Yes. And, good for the mental health and all that. Yes. Laura says, so far you've read 18 manga books or manga series. Watched 4 movies and watched 1 season of an anime. Nice. Nice. Laura is goals. Yes. Paget says, man, I used to journal like the practice was getting delegalized. Jen says, I got Crunchyroll channel for your daughter so she can watch anime to her heart's content. Yay. Yes. Delegalized. Is that a word? Yeah. Are you talking? Okay, so in the context of journaling like it was going to be illegal soon, maybe banned would be a better word. Then you could, but if you were talking about like it's coming out of being illegal, you could say deregulated, but that's not the same context. As Megan says, Google recognizes it as a word, so yeah. It is now, right? Exactly. Paget is excited about Crunchyroll. Jen says, I don't watch anime, but there's so much out there. I recommend watching some of them. You just have to find the right one, and sometimes you just have to find the right timing for yourself, but also the right show. My bestie tried to get me into anime when we were in high school, and she tried with Kadocha. She gave me a VHS of like some taped shows, and I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I didn't think it was fun. But freshman year of college, I walked in to Bestie's room, and Bestie's roommate was watching One Piece. I was hooked. So I was like, what is going on? What is happening? Why is he stretching? So yes, you just sometimes have to find the right one. And yes, I have now consumed far too much. Maybe not too much, but Padgett says, I would feel those things so fast, and like 14 journals in, after whatever crisis had run its course, I would go back and read some and be like, oh, no. Oh, what if somebody finds these? Right? Yeah. Yeah, I have destroyed quite a few journals when they were either partially full or like half full because of what I had written in them, and decided not to leave them around. And this is like, I posted a video about this maybe 2020 about when my diary was stolen, because yes, my I have had this happen where my brother and his friends took my journal and read it, and I found out afterwards that the sibling the girl who was friends the girl who was siblings to one of my brother's friends was the one who told them where my diary was. So not fun. Yeah, I utterly destroyed that journal, and it took me years to start journaling again. Like years. And even still, I do stops and starts, and I hesitate to write certain things because I have had that experience where somebody has stolen and read my journal. So yeah. Jen says she's also losing her mind about The Last of Us on HBO. Gotcha. You used a digital journal on a couple of sites, and yes, I think I saw that we were talking about LiveJournal earlier. So Padgett says you were like 60% sorry that they were a little too much sometimes. You imagine if Bridget Jones took 14 journals to get to the point. You used to LiveJournal. I miss it. That and Open Diary. I don't think I ever used Open Diary, but I definitely used LiveJournal. Okay, let me see if there are any other self-promos. Y'all can scroll back up and read the exchange about LiveJournal and journaling on the internet if y'all wish. Megan says this week's Substack essay is about meeting the wonderful Laura Nettles last month, and so here is Megan's Substack link, and all of Megan's other things can be found on the link tree. Here it is. You almost use severed instead of served in a cookbook entry. Oh no. Oh no. Padgett is looking forward to Megan's Substack essay. Padgett's like, lol, you're done cooking. Time to sever some head. Do the dishes or else. Yes. We're all messes inside, and it's fine. It's fine. CB has gotten the shopping arrived and put it away. Excellent. Put something in the air fryer to snack on, and you've been writing. Excellent. Megan says it was so much fun. Can't wait to meet the rest of the AuthorTube friends IRL. Yes. We like meeting people IRL, but we do get nervous, don't we? Yes, we do. Jen says, I'm certain Margaret Pennard thinks I'm a total awkward mess. I would be too. And so would Ashley. We're all in the awkward mess train. All of us together. Who's the conductor then? Just awkwardness in general is the conductor, maybe. CB, oh, that would be a really cute children's book to have sort of like a feelings train. I don't know. Would that be too much? maybe not necessarily like insecurities train, just like feelings train, like where each car was a different, I don't know. I mean, sorry, brain. 273 words for CB. Excellent. I think my brain is being very, very distracted. Pretty sure she already knows it. I don't know why, but I feel compelled to like over-explain things. Yes, I do this all the time. You were so nervous. Even your boyfriend was laughing at how nervous you were to meet Laura. Oh no, you've known her for years. You know she's nice, right? Megan took the dogs out that sprint. Excellent. You'd be so nervous meeting Margaret. Do I seem cute, but not too trying too hard? Act cool. Yeah. Yes, all of it. You want to make a good impression. So we get nervous for that. Yes. Finished editing the preface and set yourself up to write chapter 1. It's so exciting. Yes. Yeah. If we ever get to meet in IRL, be like, babe, which shirt should I wear? Here are 17 options. Yes. Someone with a wrench tell Jules to ignore all of us. I skimmed over it. Yes. Rachel got 660 words on this cookbook edition. You can probably get it up to about 1,200-ish. Not sure if you can manage it much more than that today. Gotcha. Paget wanted to know what time Jen's evening stream is, and it's 7 to 9. Becca wrote a little bit. We also got a new office chair in the mail. Hey, so you might assemble that next. Yes, please do. Heather's been working in Canva. Needed to change your schedule again. Yes. Bedtime. So does Merriam-Webster. Nice. Recognize, delegalize. Yes. CB watched season 1, episode 4 of Agent Carter. Okay. I'm trying to scan. That's wedgie worth of offense. Yeah, for stealing the journal. Yes. Nap it is for Rachel. Excellent choice. Heather did some old school journaling. Sounds like a cute idea for the train. I would think it would be very cute. Laura goes, am I? Am I nice? Yes, you are. Jen says, I hear a wicked laugh after this. But Megan says, yes, you are very nice. Becca took a rapid test and is negative. Yay! You need some groceries, so this is very good. Yes. Hooray! That's exciting. Okay, so I feel like we need a sprint. Lord, y'all, we only did 2 sprints. We were very chatty today. Okay, we're doing another sprint. Do you want a 25 or do you want a 30? Which would you prefer? 25 or 30? I know that. If you have to go because it's 3 o'clock, I understand. Paget votes for 30. Okay. Do. Oh, so close. Close enough. Nope. Here we go. All right. So here we go with our speedy bat. All right. 1, save your document, especially if you've actually been working in your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that we are drinking. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30-minute bat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of that sprint. Hooray! I have managed to do the color coding of the tabs. And so I think I have all total another like close to 24, like 22 probably, 22 or 23 of these little tabs made, which is good. That way I can put tabs on sort of like important pages that I reference in the back as well as the front, and have tabs so that I can do the monthlies as they come up and anything else that I put in here. I also copied over some of the titles of things that I continually have to look up because I can never remember them. So I've done that. Hopefully, y'all, I'm hoping that my memory, maybe I should start doing more like crossword puzzles. I don't know. Something to help with my memory, just as I get older. I just, sometimes I can't believe the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I'm like, yeah, I'm an adult. I need to think about when I get older, my memory going. So let's play some word games or something. Yeah. Anyway. So there we go. I'm not like I can do some of the crossword puzzles and whatnot. I usually leave them about half done because a lot of them use reference to like pop culture that I just don't care about. So, but I feel like today has definitely been a distracted day. I'm gonna have to do some like sit down, turn the internet off sprints today, I think, if I'm gonna like need to get some work done, which I do need to do. So, there's that. But I do like my little flap. It's cute. Adds a bit of extra color there. I don't know why I wanted to cover it up. I just did. So, and then, yeah, doing okay in terms of like just jotting down a couple of things in the bullet journal for memory and stuff. But then I'm also like, I've been doing decently at doing my daily checklists for like the pre-made planner. This is what I'm mainly using for my like to-do lists. Because I kind of wanted to keep the Bujo pretty. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like not the whole point of Bujos, but whatever. We're just experimenting again this year, like we always are, because I still don't know what I'm doing with my life, other than attempting to write, dawdling, and attempting to do other things, and also still dawdling. I mean, the main point of my life seems to be dawdling, doesn't it? Anyway. All right, let's see. How'd y'all do? Ooh, Lauren put the pizza in the oven. Fantastic. Julie made it back for at least some of the sprint. Excellent. Glad we could get you back. And Heather says hi to Diane, and Padgett says just stepped away and came back and rewound and heard about my brother and his friends and the diary situation. You two would have been traumatized, which is why you chunk them. Yeah. I mean, it dwells in the back of my mind sometimes, but I do try to journal despite that. So Megan says, if I were to write about Notion in my next Substack post, what would you want to know? You now have Notion AI, so it has extra features. I think I would be interested to know if you have the like number of the amount of time that you took planning and organizing your day, your week, whatever, how much you spent doing planner things prior to Notion versus how much time it takes you to do your planner stuff with Notion. Like what is the time investment required to do Notion versus just do it on paper and pencil or however else, Google Calendar, where else? What is the time investment look like for Notion? CB says, I don't know whether to follow MCU Canon and Civil War Tony's parents or to continue with the Civil War of Anna and Edwin Jarvis. Which would be more fun for you to write? Megan says, maybe write a bit of both and see which you like more. There's also this option. Diane is working on a project, taking notes. You're dragging today. Me too. So no heavy brain work. Maybe it's because we're reaching mid-month and like the ambition and the motivation from the beginning of the year is sort of like starting to wane. So we need to do this weekend because this weekend is mid-month. Right? Yes, this weekend. So this Sunday is mid-month, essentially. So take the time, do a little bit of rest, do a little bit of recovery. That way we can pull the latter half of January also. And just so take some rest. So really seriously rest this weekend if possible. And that way we can come back with a fresh energy and fresh mindset going into the second half of January. You don't want to have to rewrite the opening again. Well, then don't. Eat more fish. Apparently it's good for your memory. Yes. Yeah. Fish oil is generally good, supposedly, for memory. I think also ginkgo is supposed to be, but I don't really know how true that is. And also where you would naturally get ginkgo in ginkgo biloba, ginkgo tree, something from it, is good for you, supposedly. CB got 140 words that time. Fish oil, maybe. It's great for the heart, avoiding blood clots, and personally lifts your mood noticeably. Okay. I will have to look into it. I think that's right. Yes. Okay. Monique says, hey, everyone, just dropped here because it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. You're staying with extended family and currently introverting in the guest room. Yes, I know that feeling well. Patch says, Notion totally intrigues me. And this is in response to Megan's question. I guess I would want to know the skinny, not on all the features, but like an example of how you use it on a regular day and what Jules said in terms of time investment. Yeah. It's a good question. For the time required comparison. Jen says, happy birthday to Monique. And you had fun yesterday and today. Oh, good. I'm glad. Jordan, hello. Welcome. We're actually at the tail end of our sprinty sprints, but I do have a link for y'all. I have the AuthorTube channel and spreadsheet link. There's the tiny URL for it. Let me pin that to the top of the chat so you can find it. But also hello. Pat just says, I feel like many apps and software have many features that you like to see how someone else uses it and loves it, actually uses it. Right. Like how somebody who efficiently knows what they're doing uses it. That way we can go, oh, you can actually use it for that. Right. Yes. Okay. So Heather was dragging yesterday. Yeah. It is mid-month already, almost. Yes. Still feels like New Year's to you. Yeah. Yeah. Padgett says, happy birthday. Introverting on your birthday is great. Doing exactly what you'd like to be doing is a great birthday. Yes, true. Sunday is the 15th. Also, Shane McMahon. I never know how to pronounce this. McMahon's birthday. Tomorrow is Alan Rickman's anniversary. Yeah. Just realized January is almost halfway done. Yes, exactly. Lion's mane mushroom for memory. Oh, okay. I hadn't heard this one. I will definitely have to look that up too. So fish oil and lion's mane mushroom. Your birthday is next month and you're not ready to be a year older. Right. At this point, because my friends and I have this joke that we're turning 21 for the however many time. But at some point that's going to turn into double digits and I'm not going to be ready for that at all. In fact, did that already happen? See, this is the problem with math. I'm like, yeah, that's already happened. So yeah, we're already in double digits. So it's not, at some point it's going to be 21 for the 21st time, and that's not going to be fun. Heather says, you're just getting into it, but you love it so far in terms of Notion. Gotcha. Megan says, happy birthday. CB says, happy birthday to Monique. Padge says, nice to Heather in terms of like really enjoying it. Good. Here's the URL for the tiny URL for the spreadsheet. Padge says, I need something to help me get all these stickies and Evernote notes together. Yes. Heather says to Paget, I seem to have sold those little bookmarks / tags that you like, but of course I can make more just for you. CB is nearly 40 and a half years old. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be there in a couple of years. So, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So, you know, there's that. Lion's mane mushrooms are illegal in the UK. Oh, I wonder why. Is there some sort of like tiny amount of hallucinogen in them or something if you do a certain thing with them? What is today? Today's the 13th. Hello. Like I've been saying all day. Share the screen. And zoom it in so we can see what our options are for the evening. Okay, are you going to scroll over? Yeah. Okay. What is today? It's like almost 4 o'clock now. Okay, so at 4 o'clock, Jillian is going to be on. And then also at 4 o'clock, HK is going to be on. At 5 o'clock, Rebecca Gardner is going to be on. 7, both Jenna the Soul Writer and Sarah Mae Sutton are going to be on, and the Hex Library is also going to be on. So you have 3 options to stream hop for at the 7 o'clock hour. And then at the 9 o'clock hour, Christina Weisler or Whistler. So those are your evening options that have already been scheduled. So yeah. Also, I need to unzoom this because otherwise when I create a new tab, it's going to be so far zoomed in. Jen wants to know how old Megan is. Megan says, next month you'll be 31. Nice. Jenna says, okay, not an infant, but still young. I'm not like 65 or anything. You know, it's fine. We're all 60, you know, however many years young. It's both a state of mind, but it is also like bone ache sometimes will tell you how old you are. But anyway, yes. All right, y'all, save your document, and any and all progress that you have made today is fantastic. I have set myself up for easier organization in my bullet journal later, so that is a positive thing. I have also set up a way to remember things that I always have to look up every freaking year in terms of titles of things that I want to remember. So that is fantastic as well. So that is good. I also made a choice in terms of the next book that I'm going to be reading because I did finish that first nonfiction book. So now I can move on to the next. So I've made my choices as to what to read next. Yay. You know, just starting my life all over at the later time. Nothing to see here. Yes. Yes. But I think we can reinvent ourselves at pretty much any age. So, I refuse to believe otherwise. All right, y'all. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. Make sure you have fun. Make sure you recharge this weekend. Make some positive, fun memories for yourself. Even if it's just curling up with a book or a notepad because you want to write, whichever it is. But have some fun this weekend. Rejuvenate your energy for the next half of the month. And I will see y'all on Sunday. All right. Bye, y'all. Thanks.